So, thank you very much. Another superb presentation from Inga. At the same time, also, I can see in the chat that we have a very rich discussion developing. Inga's also responded very specifically and in great detail to the question earlier from Dimitar in Bulgaria regarding Article 13, and there seems to be some confusion around the terminology, farm advisory system, farm advisory services. Inga, yes, since you've gone to great length to put the explanation, please do explain orally, yeah.
Yes, Mark, I was too late typing all this in, so there was still this question from Anna left, and I just read it out loud again. We saw a draft template of type of intervention on biodiversity, so I suppose that's an agro-environmental measure, probably, that in the eligible costs envisage the advice cost, a specific percentage of the cost. Is this also an Article 72 intervention, or is it a general consulting not connected with AKIS actions? Now, if you're counting in the result indicators, you would count such an intervention where there is within the biodiversity intervention a part on training. You would count it also under R1, under the indicator for training. But most probably this will be very focused on how to implement this biodiversity measure, because we have started to get a lot of experience with biodiversity measures. It can be very complex, exactly where you put which fences, which hedges, which type of whatever actions you need to do. So that could maybe take half a day with a farmer to explain exactly, and then maybe with follow-up days to really give the confidence and make sure that the farmer does this intervention in the very best way. And this is the ideal way to accompany that intervention on biodiversity. And in that case, it's interesting to have it as a part of the intervention and to put the advice cost, but that's then really advice cost, just advising on the measure. Now, if you want to have broader biodiversity interventions that speak about several things on the farm where biodiversity could be improved, etc., then we would more think about an Article 72 intervention, because then you start interacting with the crop rotations, with the buffer strips, with all kinds of other things. And there you are closer to taking a holistic approach, taking all the rest of that context into account. So for me, that would be the difference. In such a case, if it's broader biodiversity intervention, advice on biodiversity, sorry, then I would say rather choose for Article 72. If it's narrow, just on the measure and connected with the measure, then it fits probably more with that measure, and it's fine to have it as part of that measure. But don't forget, it still counts for the CCO, and it still counts for the result indicator on knowledge and innovation.